They say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, obviously, this isn't always true, but it is a great bit of state marketing nonetheless. In one instance, though, this is in fact the truth, and that is of the cult favorite, Buc-ee's. Now, Buc-ee's doesn't simply have locations in Texas. There are Buc-ee's in other states. Still, the large majority of them are in Texas. As of the beginning of 2026, there are 55 total locations, of which 37 are located in Texas. So what is Buc-ee's, for those who may not live in Texas or near one in another state? Well, at the risk of incurring the wrath of fellow Texans who defend the beaver as a matter of state pride, Buc-ee's is basically a big gas station. Calm yourselves, Buc-ee's fans. I know for some, it's a destination. Basically the Disney World of convenience stores. Others go to get one of their brisket sandwiches or their famous beaver nuggets, but still, it's a big gas station. So on my way to San Antonio, I just had to stop by Luling, Texas to check out the Buc-ee's there, which is the current world record holder for the largest convenience store in the world. Apart from the novelty of going to a very large gas station, what does Buc-ee's offer that draws so many people there? I'll attempt to outline what I think are the reasons Buc-ee's has developed such a cult following and draws so many people there. First of all, Buc-ee's is quite good at promoting itself. I'm sure you've seen the Buc-ee's beaver sticker on the rear window of many cars. They also rent out billboards all over the place. You can't help but see them when you're going on a long road trip. Inside, you'll see plenty of merch with their logo conspicuously emblazoned on. I mean, they even have a costume mascot who meets and greets customers. Like I said, it's basically the Disney World of convenience stores. Second is the food. Now, I'm not saying Buc-ee's is Michelin rated, but I do hear from people that they actually enjoy the food at Buc-ee's. Like I mentioned before, the beaver nuggets, which are just flavored corn puffs, are quite popular here in Texas. I even got some as a present once. Then there are a large selection of beef jerky, nuts, fudge, coffee, and other countless snacks. I even tried their brisket sandwich, and honestly, as far as gas station food goes, it's not too bad. Third, their bathrooms. Yeah, you heard me, their bathrooms. Buc-ee's is quite proud of their bathrooms, and to be completely fair, they have a right to be. Obviously, I didn't take any pictures or videos in the bathroom to show y'all. Give me a break, I'm not a creep. But trust me when I say that it is large and luxurious with lots of clean stalls, solid doors, and plenty of privacy to drop a deuce in comfort and style. I know this topic probably sounds like a bit of a joke, but if you've been on a lot of road trips before, you've probably used some really sketchy gas station bathrooms. I'm telling you, Buc-ee's porcelain thrones will feel just like that, a throne, compared to most of the gas station toilets, and I'll just leave it at that. And finally, people simply like novel and quirky things, and being the world's biggest anything is going to attract some attention. Which brings me to this particular Buc-ee's in Luling, the world record holder for the largest convenience store. It's big for sure, at over 75,000 square feet, but I think perhaps some people go a little too overboard. It's not so big that walking from one end to the other seems like a chore. It only takes a minute. What really impressed me though were the number of pumps. With 120 pumps, you think that there would be plenty to go around, but most were occupied, at least when I was there. Once inside, you can tell Buc-ee's understands a large number of their customers are going to be curious visitors or tourists. There are no shortages of Buc-ee's branded apparel, food, and merchandise. Basically, a Buc-ee's gift shop. This brings me to my final topic, which might prove to be a little controversial. I believe a part of why Buc-ee's is so popular, and why some people describe their fans as a cult, is an American cultural issue, specifically one of regional or state pride. Buc-ee's is expanding, and there are locations in multiple U.S. states, but their greatest presence by far is in Texas, including the one in Luling. I know almost every country in the world has regional differences, but for certain big states in the U.S., like California, Texas, and New York, there's a need and a desire to feel culturally distinct and unique from the rest of the country. At the start of the video, I describe Buc-ee's as just a big gas station. I understand this may sound somewhat dismissive, but it's my belief that the elevation of Buc-ee's to Texas cultural icon is a matter of state pride. In short, Texans love to talk up Buc-ee's because it's unapologetically big and brash, almost like a reflection of the state itself. I'll admit the food isn't the best, the prices aren't the best, and the large number of customers sometimes makes navigating around the store stressful. But isn't this really the story of every business that becomes successful? So would I recommend that you visit a Buc-ee's? Sure, if you're on a road trip and it's not out of the way, I would absolutely make a pit stop there, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend making the store itself your destination. Just keep your expectations in check. Just think of it like a regular convenience store, except everything is multiplied by 10, and you'll get a good idea of what to expect. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I did travel down to this area specifically to visit a historical site, for which I plan to make another video. Anyways, thanks for watching.